My husband's new female friend sent a text that really gave me the ick, and I'm now questioning her intentions, but I don't want to be a controlling wife. So my husband coaches youth soccer on weekends. Has been for 6 years. Started when our oldest was on the team, then our son aged out, and my husband just never stopped. The club kept asking him back. He's good at it. Patient in a way I genuinely admire. He breaks things down for kids without making them feel stupid. Never raises his voice. Remembers every single player's name and what they're working on. Parents request him by name when they're registering their kids. That's just who he is. I work weekends mostly, nursing shifts, so I don't make it out to practice often. I catch the games when I can, but the day-to-day of it is his world, and I've always been fine with that. We have a solid marriage. 11 years. We don't do the jealousy thing. We never really had to. About 4 months ago, a new family joined the club. Single mom, son around 8 years old, just moved to the area. My husband mentioned her once in passing, said the kid was shy but had good instincts with a ball. That was the extent of it. I didn't think about her again. A few weeks later, she started texting him, scheduling stuff at first, practice times, what to bring, whether there was a tournament coming up. Normal parent communication. He's the coach. People text coaches. I had zero reaction to it. Then the text started shifting. He showed me one himself, actually. Thought it was funny. She'd sent him a long message about how her son had come home talking about the drills and how he finally felt like he belonged somewhere after the move. She thanked my husband, said he had no idea what it meant to them. Sweet, right? I told him that was lovely and went back to whatever I was doing. What I didn't know was that after that message, the tone of her texts started quietly changing. I only found out because of the iPad. Our iPad sits on the kitchen counter. It's linked to my husband's phone. He's never cared. He's one of those people who genuinely has nothing to hide. No passcode on his phone, leaves it face up on the table, hands it to the kids when they want to watch something. Total open book. So messages occasionally pop up on the counter while I'm cooking or just moving around the kitchen. I started noticing her name more often. Not in an alarming way at first, just frequently. More than you'd expect from a soccer parent. Then about 6 weeks ago, I caught a preview notification while I was chopping vegetables. It cut off, but I saw enough. Something about how she'd been thinking about our conversation and couldn't stop smiling. I didn't say anything. I told myself I misread it, or that it was out of context. But I started paying closer attention, and once I started looking, I couldn't stop seeing it. She never mentioned that he was married. Not once. He'd reference me. Something like, my wife works weekends, so it's just me at the games, and she would respond to the part before that, like she'd surgically removed me from the sentence. He'd mention something we did together as a family, and she'd reply about the soccer-related part only, every single time. She just edited me out and kept going. She started finding reasons to meet up with him outside of practice. Could he give her son a one-on-one session? Could she buy him coffee to say thank you? Was he going to the end-of-season event, and if so, could they sit together so she could ask him some questions about next season? He went to the one-on-one with the kid, came home, mentioned it, nothing weird about it. He's a coach. He does extra sessions. That's normal. What wasn't normal was her texting him 2 hours later to say she'd watched the whole thing from her car, and that watching him with her son made her feel things she hadn't felt in a long time. I don't know how long that text had been sitting there before I saw the notification. I stood in my kitchen and read it twice. I didn't touch the iPad. I just stood there. I'm not a paranoid person. I've never gone through his phone, never tracked his location, never interrogated him after a night out. That's not me, and it's never been me. But something about reading that sentence, watching him made her feel things she hadn't felt in a long time, made my stomach drop completely. I still didn't say anything. I kept waiting for a reason to dismiss it. Then last week she sent him a voice note. He was at practice. The message came through on the iPad while I was folding laundry in the kitchen. I almost ignored it. I almost just kept folding. I pressed play. Her voice was calm, relaxed, like she was leaving a message for a friend she'd known for years. She said she knew it was probably a lot to say out loud, but she'd been holding it in, and she couldn't anymore. She said she thinks about him constantly, that she's never felt herself drawn to someone this quickly, that she knows he has a life and she respects that. And then she paused, but she needed him to know how she felt, just so it was out there, just so he knew. Casual, unhurried, like she was ordering coffee. I stood completely still in the middle of my kitchen holding a folded shirt. My husband is at practice right now, with her son, with her, and he has no idea I heard it.